So the average person, did you know, will change careers 3 to 7 times during their adult life. Our next guest spent more than 13 years as a professional track and field athlete, and now he is a self-taught photographer who's making a name for himself in the art world. Our Terry Hollimon spoke with Norris Frederick about their next chapter.
Norris, you're one of the most decorated athletes in the history of the University of Washington, but I want to take it back before that. What got you interested in track and field in the first place?
Oh man, my high school basketball coach, I was late for a basketball game, and it was either do a spring sport or wake up and condition with him every morning. And I was like, I spend enough time with you. So I went out for track, and I never in my life done track before. Didn't even know we had a track team until my sophomore year in high school. And the head coach at the time was like, does anybody have anything to say? And I raised my hand and was like, I don't know anybody here. Don't really care to know anybody here at the time. And while I'm here, I'm gonna win the state championship in the high jump. Everybody laughed and cracked jokes, but I did it because I wanted people to hold me accountable. And then I ended up winning the state championship that year. So.
And then from there, you went on to University of Washington, full scholarship.
My senior year in high school, I ended up making the world championship team. I had won the Junior Olympics gold medal twice. I went over to Italy, and I was one of the youngest people in the world to make the team. And I placed 7th in the high jump and 11th in the long jump in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it was just the University of Washington berth after that. Had an excellent career.
So, like most athletes, like every athlete, there has to come a point in your career where you say, I am done, where it's done. I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
What was that moment like for you, and what was your mindset like?
Track and field, and I'm sure it's just like this with every other professional sport, mentally, it is the most exhausting, lonely, like depriving thing you'll ever do in your entire life. And most people, they'll never understand why you come off selfish or closed off or irritable. But there's so much noise in your head at all times that it's hard to silence that. In 2016, I went to the Olympic trials and told my coaching staff, management team, everybody, doesn't matter what happens tomorrow, it's a wrap for me. Mm-hmm. And I'm at peace with it. So yeah, I mean, it was a challenge for a little bit, but track and field was going to defeat me. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to go down a dark path anymore.
Yeah, so. Well, ultimately, Father Time defeats everybody when it comes to sports
Very
and athletics. True. Yeah. So you said your farewell to track and field, you made peace with it. Then you have to transition. You have to move into another stage of life. And for you, it was art and photography.
Right.
Tell me how that happened.
After track, after sports, man, it seemed like my entire world slowed down. During my athletic career, I ended up getting hurt and had to get a knee surgery. So I hired a film team to do like the comeback story. Mm-hmm. And I realized that they couldn't hit the deadlines the way that I needed them to. So I ended up getting dropped by 2 of my sponsors, and that crushed me. And at that point I said, if I'm never gonna put my hands or my career in the hands of people that can't take it as serious as I do. So I bought my first camera. And I said, if they can do it, I can do it. Mm-hmm. So I went on to YouTube University, learned some things, and then I was just offering free videos to anybody who would take it. It wasn't until recent that I got into the photography space. And I was flying around all these cool places, and I would pull out my cell phone and be like, oh, I'm gonna show this to my friends. And then I fell in love with a different type of camera, and the attention to detail and how beautiful this world is when you sit back and look at it and you're not in a rush. It's easy to pull out your cell phone and shoot something when you're driving in a car, but to get up close and personal with something and to see it from a perspective that you've never seen it before, it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And despite all the horrific things that is happening in this world, like you can find beauty in most things. Mm-hmm. So that's what photography has provided for me.
So we are now at the Frederick Collection Art Gallery. Mm-hmm. Tell me about this place. What was the idea? What was the foundation of this place?
So the foundation was literally just a dream. All the way down to the light bulbs, to the color of the floor, to the texture of the walls, to the smell, everything was by design. There's been times where I've walked in here and like I've gotten teary-eyed because I've never been in a place like this, especially one that I can call my own.
There is so much beauty, so much detail. You obviously have an eye for this. Was that something that just came naturally to you? I know you said you learned it on YouTube, basically self-taught, but you have a natural eye for this.
You play color sports, right?
Yeah.
You have to imagine the mindset, paying attention to detail. Imagine if you missed a blocking assignment or if you weren't, if your head wasn't on a swivel, what another opponent would do to you.
Yeah.
And you're moving at 100%. This doesn't require that.
Right.
So like I can take as long as I want unless I'm shooting wildlife. So like I still have that attention to detail that I can kind of focus in on. Coming from the sports background into this like fine art space, it's turned a lot of heads. And a lot of people have discredited what we got going on or questioned what we have going on, but it's just like anything else, right? Where I kind of silence the noise, but something in here will represent something going on in your person or in your personal life that you can attach yourself to. Even if it's just the beauty of the print. That's the experience that we want. It should speak to you, and that's what we've been going for.
Well, Norris, I already picked one out that speaks to me. It's that desert landscape. It's mine, put sold on it, because I'm going to keep that one. In addition to his photography, Norris is also a public speaker, a podcaster, and a social media creator. Norris and his photography partner are celebrating the grand opening of the Frederick Collection Gallery in Kirkland on August 8th, and everybody's welcome. You're welcome to go. Check it out.